Okay, this is a quag kill. We're going to go over just some things I'm doing and what's going on. First thing is I have Nifty Stopwatch and the Gnomish cloaking device equipped, as well as my rocket boots. This is to get me through the first set of mobs pretty quickly here. This guy is very unfortunate. He usually just kind of pats around me, so I had to wait for a good 5 to 10 seconds. These guys are a little bit bugged. You can kind of run past them before they recognize you're in combat, so you can kind of just feign death past them. Also, the Gnomish cloaking device puts you out of combat. This was really risky, but took it. So luckily I didn't get hit because I had pack on. Normally you take pack off for that, and pray you don't die. Misdirect the Luna. Get these guys out of here. Feign death is off cooldown now. And we're going to go into the first set 2 packs of technicians. We're going to try to trap one and then kill the other one. They don't melee very hard, hit for around 500. So that's not bad at all. You're trying to get them to cast their Rain of Fire, because once they do, then it's just free damage. The Rain of Fire does hit for about 2,500 apiece, so a tick, so just don't stay in it. And then they're going to die pretty quickly here. I got very lucky on these casts. Normally it takes me about 15 to 20 seconds to get them to finish their cast, or to start casting on me. This is a very fortunate place I'm in. My misdirect has still got 30 seconds left. And also we want to make sure the boss is going to pad up, so I got very lucky here. I'm just going to get mana back, and of course we're going to start doing the cheese that makes all this possible. The mobs cannot go straight up to Luna, they have to go a side route, and which you'll see here. So just misdirect Luna 2, and then I want to be able to kill this technician, because again, they don't hit very hard, you can kind of just solo them yourself. And watch that Rain of Fire. Yeah. Technician dies. So next thing you have to be careful of is these collaborators. They can like 2-shot your pet, so you have to make sure you really pull them off quickly. Otherwise, it's just a huge waste of time. You have to feign death or whatever have you. So the traps go through the top route, so you can drop slow traps to help yourself out, and you're just going to be using a system of feign death and have them just keep going back and forth through your pet to get them to come back. And I have my threat meter down there, so I'm always looking at where Luna's threat is or my pet's threat versus mine, so I can make sure that they'll start coming back to me. And very easy kill. The next one is a little bit more difficult because we have 2 of the technicians instead of just 1. Getting white for the boss to pat. Last thing you want to do is have the boss actually pull with this. It's much more difficult. In fact, I just feign death it and let it all reset because it's just not worth it. Again, waiting for the rain. And we're going to be pulling Quagmire into this room too, so that's why we're kind of clearing it out here. This is going to be the spot where everything happens. Again, I have to pull those technicians off. I got very lucky that the second technician started casting instead of actually meleeing Luna. Otherwise, Luna would have been dead, and that would have been a scuff. Probably waste about 30 to 45 seconds. Well, these guys are going to come back. I'm going to try to kill the second technician. Sometimes the trap springing, Luna's threat kind of gets reset, and it's set at like 0, and when the trap spawns, it puts you on the threat meter, and so they come to you instead. That can get really annoying. I rather wish they just kind of walked all the way through. So it looks like we'll be killing the collaborators first, then the technician, or maybe the technician next, I don't know. Line of sight the cripple, because that just makes things even more difficult. Got it on me, but I think that's because I can get the kill. I let it happen. And then here comes the technician. Like I said, they don't hit very hard, so I was able to just kind of trap him. And off to the races we go. This Rain of Fire almost kills me. Takes for 2,300 there. Alright. If you look, we're at 9 minutes, and we're about to pull the first boss. Not bad. I do have full consumes for this, or, well, as much as I can get for myself to help. Otherwise, this would have taken just a tad bit longer. So the boss is pretty simple. Viper Sting is your best friend, so you just need to make sure that you drain all of his mana, and then he just is a tank and spank at that point. You want to get as much threat as you possibly can on Luna, because that gives you a little bit of time to do pot shots in between his route, back and forth between Luna. And of course, Viper Sting has a 15-second cooldown, so you have to just kind of wait for it. He'll cast lightning bolts at you every once in a while. Just you can line of sight it behind these pillars here, stalagmites, stalactites, whatever they're called. But like I said, I'm watching my threat meter really closely to make sure that I can pull threat off Luna or my pet. Otherwise, he'll go around the corner and it's again another scuff pull if he kills your pet. The lightning bolts hit for around 3,000. As you see, I'm about to get hit here at 2,800. So just be careful with that. But he's completely out of mana now, so I have nothing to fear. He's never going to do another point of damage to me. Feign death and just kind of drink and eat. But again, like take those pot shots so that your threat gets close to Luna's or your pets. The Corrupted Nova totems, if you destroy them, they give you threat as well, so it's not wise to kill them when he's kind of padding back over to your pet. Otherwise, you might prematurely have him reset, and you guys just lose some time on that. Pump in full damage and drink. And he'll go down in probably like 2 more rotations of this. Yeah. Once they hit 20%, they start moving very slow, and you can kind of just like ride it out yourself. I chose instead to just feign death instead of having him instead of just kiting him around. It just makes it easier to kill him. And keep my mana up. And easy kill. Alright, and then the final pull we have to do is because the way we kite Quag into the room, we have to kill these 2, are they guardians or something? They have extra long reach on their melee defenders, excuse me, so I can't just misdirect Luna right off the bat, or they'll literally just walk up and kill Luna. So you have to wait for them to kind of get out of Luna's way, and then they decide that the best path to reach Luna is not to go back, but to kind of go around. After that, they're very, very easy. They have a reflective shield, but Hunter spells don't seem to care about that at all, not even Arcane Shot, so you can kind of just go to town and don't have to worry about any of their mechanics. They will one-shot you if they do hit you, or almost one-shot you. So it's just best to be safe than sorry. I kind of play a little bit close to the chest here, just trying to get that kill for speed. But normally you'll just want to keep the feign death rotation on this. And yeah, you should really have your pet attack and passive bound so that you can send your pet in and also pull it out. I'll be using that a few times on Quagmiron. The placing so there I tried to place a trap and I got so far away from Luna that I ended up bugging her out, so he ended up evade bugging and resetting. So I had to pull him again. So here's where you can kind of just like do this, but if you miss that jump, it can get quite hairy. So I got pretty lucky making sure that I hit that. So now I equip my parachute cloak. Engineering is so good for this. We'll be doing some slow fall here soon, and then we'll be doing some manipulation with the pet to be able to get Quagmiron to come into this first room. The first thing is we have 2 more technicians. A very simple misdirect pull gets rid of them. And I got lucky that the other 2 guys are padding back, so we can do our slow fall. Switch the cape. I put on Viper so I can regenerate mana during this time. And the reason you want to use a pet with stealth, that helps, but however the mobs range can differ from run to run. Sometimes I can get through no problem, other times like just getting somewhat near them pisses them off, so I'll even say bad luck here, just something that happens. Luckily you can just feign death it and go again. It's okay if you pull the Naga, as long as you know your pet's ahead of them, they don't kill the Naga. The Naga don't kill your pet, then you're in a good spot. You'll want to refresh up here because you're still in line of sight of your pet, so you can refresh Eye of the Beast and then re-stealth. So Quagmiron, when you pull him, he will social aggro Bogstrox, but he cannot social aggro Naga just the way he was programmed. So even if you pull the Naga at the start, it's fine. You know, like I said, as long as you can get Quag pulled, you're in a good spot. But normally, if you don't pull any of the Naga with your pet, he's going to social aggro just those two groups of Bogstroks when he runs to you. I did jump 3 times. It's not wise that you jump. Quagmiron has an ability that will actually teleport you to him if you're like not on the ground. That's happened to me before. So I laid a frost trap, and then Eyes of the Bee's my pet, and I put it on stay over here. And so the way this works is Quag's going to step on the trap, which is going to separate him from the Bogstroks. I'm going to feign death. He's going to want to go to my pet. I am going to then despawn my pet by having him come back to me. He'll despawn. Everything evades, but you can still shoot Quag. That gets the Bogstroks away. The Bogstroks go back to their normal starting point. Quag's still aggroed to you, and he's going to take some roundabout way of getting over to you. So that's fine. Just kind of wait for him a little bit, kind of see if I see him coming around. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set Luna up, and right now everyone's threat is basically 0, but we are both on his threat table, even though it doesn't say it. So we're going to shoot him, so he goes to Luna and past us. Make sure you have your nature ore on, because he sometimes will do an acid spray. That's fine. Sometimes he'll also uppercut you here. That will do about 90% of your HP. So be careful of that. So now what you do is you should have Luna come back and you set him on sprint, or well, your pet on sprint, so they come back around. You want to stay in that back area, that way your pet doesn't despawn. I found just right there is the best place to do it. Also, if you set your pet there, sometimes he tries to acid spray it through the wall, which is really nice. So again, the point is to pull it off Luna, which I barely did. If you notice, Luna's health went down to like 10%. And now I have the rotation down. So Quag has 2 abilities. The first one is a Poison Ball Volley, which hits for around 5,500 damage total after the dot. And the second one is an Acid Spray. The Poison Ball Volley is a 40-yard range. The Acid Spray will happen if you're within 30 yards of him, so there's a sweet zone. And so what you can do is, and I'll show you in the video later, Luna will try to bait the Acid Spray because he just stands still and lets you kind of DPS him. I took a Poison Bolt Volley there. I will take them frequently because when you feign death you can eat and you can kind of recover your health. And so this is just a back and forth here. He just used a Poison Bolt Volley, so now I'm going to get some pot shots in, so I'm make sure he doesn't kill Luna. And then we're going to bust some cooldowns here, or we already did. And we're going to get him down. So now here's Luna going to try to get him, but he did his Poison Bolt Volley, so I sent Luna back. Luckily I have a 2-piece tier 5 set that heals my pet for 10% of the damage I do. So that's really nice to keep Luna up. A point of improvement would be if I kept misdirecting Luna to keep her threat up, so I can keep taking pot shots when he's kind of walking back to Luna. Gives me more DPS uptime. So always room for improvement. Alright, Poison Ball Volley, perfect. I'm going to try to pull threat. I do. I have Luna come in, and it's perfect. He does the acid spray there. So I got a lot more time. And I think I'm going to even take the volley. Oh wait, it's perfect. Now I'm out of line of sight. So now I just need to make sure I'm not... Oh, well, there's a 30-second cooldown on the acid spray, so I didn't have to worry there. But sometimes when he's coming back around, if I'm too close, he'll acid spray me, and that kind of puts an end to that instead of volleying. So I'll have to run out of line of sight and kind of, eat up that damage. Alright, so I'm sprayed here. Again, I'm going to try to bait with Luna. I don't really push it too hard with Luna. I got it that time. But normally if he hadn't done it at that last second, I probably would have pulled Luna back. And now I'm just making sure. Sometimes, rarely, the Poison Ball Volley will go through the wall. It can be really kind of fickle that way. So I always try to make sure I have at least enough health to where if I have to take a health potion, I'll have enough to survive whatever poison that he sends my way. You could also do the whole fight with the Nature Ore on. That does reduce the damage quite a bit. Alright. So he's down below 20%, so he should be moving a little bit slower. The video's in 2x speed, so he's obviously looks like he's moving pretty fast. Kind of risky here. I'm at 4,600 health, so I will have to take a health potion if I take a volley. And he kills Luna, but he's so low on health that it's okay. Yeah, he just walked around. His aggro range is absolutely massive. So I bandaged just a touch there, and I got the kill. So there's a 29-minute kill on Quagmiron, and of course Quag's Eye dropped, which is really nice. Primal Nethers have been selling pretty hot right now, so it's a good kill. Alright guys. Thanks.